The Room of Requirement is a magical, shape-shifting space on the 7th floor of Hogwarts. It appears only when someone walks past a blank wall 3 times while focusing on a specific need. The room then configures itself to fulfill that need, vanishing entirely when not in use. Its form changes based on intent, functioning as a training space, bathroom, storeroom, or sanctuary. No 2 appearances are the same, making it untraceable and unmappable. The room isn't shown on the marauder's map and resists detection and unlocking spells. It blocks entry if someone else is using it or if the seeker's intentions are malicious. During the Second Wizarding War, Dumbledore's army used it for training. Later, it became the Room of Hidden Things, filled with centuries of stashed magical items, including the Vanishing Cabinet and Ravenclaw's diadem. Its origins are unknown, but the enchantments suggest ancient magic tied to spatial manipulation and intent-based conjuration. No known spell can force it to appear. The Chamber of Secrets lies deep beneath Hogwarts and was built by Salazar Slytherin. He intended it as a lair for a monster that only his heir could control. A basilisk capable of killing with a glance. The goal: rid the school of Muggle-born students. The chamber's entrance is hidden in the 2nd-floor girls' bathroom. To open it, one must speak Parseltongue, a rare gift of snake-speaking, triggering a sink to shift and reveal a passage leading deep underground. Inside are damp stone corridors lined with serpent carvings. The chamber ends at a massive statue of Slytherin and once housed the sleeping basilisk. Only Tom Riddle and later Harry Potter were able to open it. When reopened in Harry's 2nd year, the creature petrified multiple students. The chamber represents ancient, prejudiced magic, secrecy, blood purity, and fear woven into its walls. Though sealed again after the basilisk's death, the room remains accessible to Parseltongue speakers, making it one of Hogwarts' most dangerous surviving magical locations. The headmaster's office is a guarded, tower-like chamber accessible only by speaking a password to a stone gargoyle. Once granted entry, the staircase behind it rotates upward like a magical escalator. Inside, the room is lined with portraits of previous headmasters who can give advice and travel between their frames. A massive desk dominates the space, flanked by shelves of ancient tomes, magical instruments, and cabinets of rare artifacts. Fawkes the Phoenix often perched here, and the Sorting Hat and the Sword of Gryffindor are stored within. The office is magically protected and aware of its occupant. The portraits, enchanted instruments, and the room's very atmosphere shift depending on who holds the title of headmaster. It has served as a command center in times of crisis, from Dumbledore's war planning to McGonagall's resistance efforts. Though always tied to Hogwarts leadership, the office operates partly on magical legacy, retaining secrets even the current head may not fully understand. The Forbidden Forest borders the Hogwarts grounds and stretches far beyond what students are allowed to explore. Though it appears unstructured, it contains paths, some worn by centaurs, others concealed by enchantments or terrain. Hagrid and the centaur herds use these paths to navigate the forest without triggering its more dangerous regions. Some lead to deep caves, unicorn glades, or giant spider nests, while others vanish entirely if not followed with intention. The forest holds a variety of magical creatures: centaurs, thestrals, acromantulas, werewolves, and more. Many of these areas are magically obscure to prevent student intrusion. Protective spells cast by Hogwarts maintain partial safety near the perimeter, but that safety fades deeper in. Few maps exist of these trails. Most knowledge is passed verbally between groundskeepers and magical beings. The forest is not lawless, but operates under its own ancient, non-human order. Even Aurors avoid venturing too deep. Though not a room in the traditional sense, the forest's network of magical paths forms a living, shifting labyrinth. A hidden system every bit as secretive as the rooms inside the castle. The Room of Hidden Things is a specific configuration of the Room of Requirement, activated when someone needs a place to hide something. Over the centuries, students and staff have used it to stash cursed artifacts, banned books, broken magical devices, and personal secrets. The room stretches into what feels like a vast cathedral of junk. Stacks of furniture, piles of cauldrons, cabinets, and crates tower in every direction. The room expands magically with each new addition, creating narrow paths through centuries of discarded contraband. The space is untraceable, unmappable, and resists summoning spells. Most of its contents are unknown even to Hogwarts staff. Tom Riddle used this form of the room to hide one of his Horcruxes, Ravenclaw's lost diadem, placing dark curses and concealments around it. Years later, Harry, Ron, and Hermione returned here to destroy it during the Battle of Hogwarts. Because the room only appears when needed and hides itself afterward, it's one of the most impenetrable magical vaults in the school. The Astronomy Tower is the tallest structure at Hogwarts, used primarily for stargazing and magical charting. Classes are held here at night, with telescopes and star maps aligned through enchanted openings in the dome-like roof. Accessed by a spiral staircase, the tower is isolated and exposed, making it a favorite for quiet conversations and secret meetings. Unlike other towers, it lacks defensive enchantments, which played a role in its dark history. It was here that Dumbledore met his end, disarmed by Draco Malfoy and killed by Severus Snape. The height, isolation, and silence of the tower turned it into a tragic battlefield. That event made the tower one of the most emotionally charged places in the castle. The Astronomy Tower also serves as a strategic lookout. From its peak, one can see the Forbidden Forest, the Black Lake, and the distant hills surrounding the school. In times of war or invasion, this vantage point provides crucial visibility but limited protection. The prefect's bathroom is a hidden, opulent chamber on the 5th floor, accessible only to Hogwarts prefects and Quidditch captains. Entry requires a password and leads to a long marble hall with a stained glass window of a mermaid. At its center is a massive, sunken pool surrounded by golden taps. Each tap releases different substances, colored bubbles, steam, foam, or scented water. The pool can be charmed to alter temperature, depth, or effect, creating a tailored bathing experience. The room is more than luxurious. It's laced with minor enchantments. Bubble jets can soothe magical fatigue, and some scents have calming or restorative effects. The mermaid window sometimes moves, observing or interacting with bathers. Harry used this room during the Triwizard Tournament to solve the clue hidden in his golden egg. When underwater, the acoustics of the egg changed, revealing the mermaid song that described the second task. Its privacy, glamour, and enchantments make it one of the castle's most elite secret spaces. Dumbledore's pensieve chamber sits within the headmaster's office, centered around a shallow stone basin inscribed with runes. The pensieve allows memories to be viewed from a third-person perspective, replaying them exactly as experienced, sometimes revealing overlooked details. To use it, a memory is extracted using a wand and poured into the basin. The swirling silver liquid stores not just vision and sound, but the emotional and magical essence of the moment. Dumbledore used the pensieve to store and analyze memories that were too dangerous or complex to hold in his mind. These included Tom Riddle's past, critical conversations with Slughorn, and memories tied to the Horcruxes. Some memories were borrowed from others to piece together truths hidden by trauma, bias, or omission. The pensieve chamber isn't a separate room, but the space is treated with reverence. The basin is enchanted to resist tampering and intrusion. Only the headmaster or someone granted explicit access can use it. Unlike other magical objects, the pensieve isn't Hogwarts property. It belonged to Dumbledore personally. Yet its presence transformed part of the headmaster's office into a powerful tool for truth-seeking and magical forensics. The kitchen and the house elf passageway lies directly beneath the great hall and mirrors its layout. A blank stretch of stone wall near a painting of a fruit bowl on the basement level hides the entrance. Tickle the pear in the painting, and it transforms into a doorknob that opens the hidden doorway. Inside, dozens of house elves work tirelessly to prepare every meal. The room is filled with copper pots, enchanted ovens, floating trays, and long wooden tables positioned exactly beneath the ones in the great hall. Food is levitated upward at meal times through synchronized magic. House elves perform nearly all the school's domestic magic: cooking, cleaning, laundry, and emergency response. Their enchantments often bypass the school's own protective wards, giving them silent access to most areas through hidden tunnels and shortcuts. The kitchen also serves as a safe zone. Dobby found refuge here after gaining his freedom, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione visited it to build trust with the elves during their spew efforts. Despite its importance, few students ever see the kitchen. Its concealment and the elves' discretion keep it one of the most underappreciated magical spaces in the castle. Moaning Myrtle's bathroom on the second floor hides one of Hogwarts' most dangerous secrets: the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets. The bathroom is usually abandoned, haunted by Myrtle, a ghost who died there during Tom Riddle's school years. To open the chamber, one must speak parcel tongue to a snake-engraved tap. The sink then vanishes, revealing a vertical pipe that leads deep beneath the school into a massive underground complex. The chamber was built by Salazar Slytherin to house his monster, a basilisk. It could only be opened by his heir, which Tom Riddle claimed to be. The space is shaped like a cathedral with stone serpent pillars, flooded walkways, and Slytherin's massive statue at its far end. The basilisk lived in the pipes, surfacing through sinks or plumbing when summoned. Its gaze could kill, and even reflected glances caused petrification. In Harry's second year, the chamber was reopened, and he entered alone to rescue Ginny and destroy the creature. The bathroom remains intact today, with the entrance likely sealed magically by staff. But Myrtle still haunts it, offering cryptic warnings and witnessing events no living student ever should. The trapdoor corridor, a forbidden corridor on the third floor, hid the Philosopher's Stone in Harry's first year. Guarded by enchantments from several professors, the stone was placed beneath a trapdoor in a heavily protected chamber. The first obstacle was Fluffy, a giant three-headed dog that Hagrid loaned to Dumbledore. It could be calmed only with music, guarding the trapdoor beneath its paws. Dropping through the trapdoor led to a plant called Devil's Snare, conjured by Professor Sprout, which would strangle anyone who resisted its touch. Stillness was key to escape. Next came a room of flying keys enchanted by Flitwick. One specific key opened the locked door, only reachable by spotting the correct wing pattern and catching it mid-air on a broom. Then came a life-size chessboard created by Professor McGonagall. Players had to take the place of pieces and win the game to pass. Failure meant magical injury or being forcibly removed. Following the chess match was a troll chamber, already defeated, likely by Professor Quirrell as a diversion. The penultimate challenge was a riddle and potion logic puzzle from Snape. Only the correct potion would let someone proceed to the final room. There, Harry found the Mirror of Erased. The stone was hidden inside it, retrievable only by someone who wanted to find the stone but not use it. The Marauder's Map is a magical parchment created by 4 mischievous students, Moony, Wormtail, Padfoot, and Prongs, who later became the Marauders. It reveals the entire layout of Hogwarts, including every room, corridor, staircase, and even secret passageways. It also displays the live location of every person in the castle in real time. The map is activated by tapping it with a wand while saying, "I solemnly swear that I am up to no good," and erased with mischief managed. The map's magic is highly advanced, resisting detection or tampering even by Dumbledore. Hogwarts contains at least 7 hidden passageways out of the school, many of which appear on the map. Some are sealed or collapsed, but a few are still accessible. One passage behind a statue of a one-eyed witch leads to Honeyduke's cellar in Hogsmeade. Another connects to the Shrieking Shack via the Whomping Willow. These secret routes were used by Fred and George, and later by Harry, for sneaking off school grounds undetected. Some may have been used for smuggling, or by house elves and staff in emergencies. Though the Marauder's map was confiscated by Filch, it remained hidden until Fred and George stole it back and eventually passed it to Harry. It's one of the few magical items that offers unrestricted surveillance inside Hogwarts.